Okay, guys, happy Monday. All right, so here we are, number one today. My first, anyway, this morning. So, very similar houses. This neighborhood does have sidewalks pretty much both sides all the way through. You do hear a little bit of traffic noise, kind of interstate noise over there. So, it has a very windy neighborhood, very established, lots of big trees, shady, nice walking neighborhood. As far as the house goes, uh, lots of wood on the front. Looks like it's brick on three sides and this wood siding on the front. The roof looks from the ground looks okay. I'm not sure what the age is. I'm guessing it's older, but it is doing this like that. So the next time it's roofed, it is definitely going to have to be redecked. That would be my guess. It also has a little patch about right there. So there's a patch right about where I'm pointing there. Um, but again, I don't see huge spots of leaking, but it definitely is older. So looks like they painted the brick and the siding gray. So I don't see a lot of wood rot or any of that. Anything like that. Looks pretty solid. Painted the doorbell gray, but hey, whatever. Okay, so coming in, we got tile, carpet. This is kind of odd right here. This whole corner thing, if it were gone, it would make this room feel a lot bigger. And there is a lot of wallpaper. This is all wallpaper. That's not. Carpeting would definitely need to be replaced. You've got nice vinyl tilt-in sash, double pane windows here in this section anyway. Again, there's that weird, this whole thing right here really could, if it went away, it'd be okay. Typical scuffs on the wall, needs painting. Again, the carpet is bad. Obviously, a table goes here. That again is odd because it doesn't really serve a purpose. Cabinets, definitely a whole redo on the cabinets. These cabinets are pretty dated. They look like they're in decent shape, but they're very dated. So some exposed wiring up in there. Should have been put in a junction box. Got your can opener right here, which everybody should have 2 or 3 of those. Something happened right here. I don't know what, but something happened there. Does look like a functioning fireplace. That's marble tile. There's no smell in here. It doesn't have an odor. Lots of handrails. So somebody probably older lived here. Nice size little hall closet. I should say nice little closet that's nice size for a hall closet. I don't know if that made any sense. There's a lot of furniture in this room, but it's pretty decently sized. Again, like a TV setup, I guess. Standard closets in this house. Linen right there. This is the garage, which makes for a little bit of an odd plan because this is garage, a little step down. This is that stick down vinyl tile. You got to track through the house to get to the kitchen if you're technically going to use this space. They put a wall here and a wall there to make extra rooms here. So washer, dryer, water heater. That's your sprinkler timer. They did put vents in here and then flow throughs. So there's a vent there and a flow through. This room I couldn't find the light switch for, but this is where your panel is. All the paint is peeling off of that wall for some reason. Why, I don't know. Maybe they painted it with the wrong kind of paint or something. This is the garage door, which is still there, so it can still open up. Little area workshop. There's no light in here that I could find. So, and that's just concrete. Carpet, stick down vinyl tile. They conduit, and then ran out. Here I'm saying conduit. I think it's CPVC. There's a little piece of brown right there. So they did CPVC for that. This is hard to tell. I looked at the numbers, and the best I can determine, I would say it's an 04. So I did see they did a temperature rating in 4 of 04, and then from looking at the number, I think it was 12 of 04. So gonna guess it's an 04. So I think that's what that one is. Does have popcorn on the ceilings. Another bedroom. This bedroom appears to be a little bit bigger than that bedroom, but not by much. Again, carpet. Different kinds of carpet. I'm not sure why they did this in a different color, but again, nothing bad, just different. Tub's in decent shape. Does have that 3 controller valve, so in a black potty, and a black sink, and a black vanity, and wallpaper. So dated, but in good shape. So I will say that. Everything here is dated, but it's in good shape. It's a little loose, but. Primary bedroom, again, lots of handrails throughout. Different carpet entirely. Definitely needs to be replaced. Older light fixture. Okay, so this is these are double pane aluminum clad windows here, tilt-in sash. I mean, they look like they're in good shape, but, all right, more tile. Same tub as in that other bathroom. Same 3 control valve. Needs a good cleaning, but I did see that earlier when I came in, turned on the lights. So I'm not saying that's an active leak, but it could be. We'll take a look on the back. You've got your hair dryer that you can't take with you. Medicine cabinet with no shelves. Those look like the wood goes around these lights, which are a little rusty. Again, same kind of cabinet that's in the kitchen, but gray instead of white. Solid surface countertop. Probably walk-in closet. Probably like a marble of some kind. I would turn the light on, but there's no light in here, but it's a good size. Again, the carpet goes right on in. And you can see here, tile, carpet. Now this is the looped carpet, so it's not that shag or anything, but it's definitely lived its life. I think it's time for new. This missing the face. Definitely needs, I would say this needs a kitchen. There's a little bit of cracking going on right here. I'm not sure what that is. There's a crack. Goes around this door. Wouldn't think it's structural, but I'm not sure what it is, to be honest with you. There's a little bit of rust on the corner of this door. All right, so pink and purple on the back wall. Screened in, still pretty nice. If you wanted to sit outside, enjoy outside without the bugs. Definitely not commercial, but looks like they did a decent job. There's a little bit of a gap there. Kind of defeats the purpose of having the bug shield there. Okay, so we got wood all across the back. You can see a dip right here around that fireplace there. I'm gonna guess this thing needs a roof. So guessing it needs a roof and probably decked. So it's probably decking and roof on this one would be my thought process. There's a lot of wood rot around there. Yeah, so brick down the side here, that's all wood, but it doesn't appear as though it's got wood rot or anything on it, so. Not a big backyard, but definitely a yard. There's a commercial building right there, and I can't place that. There's a little apartment complex, like a duplex over there. I'm trying to place what road this is. Off the top of my head, I can't. I'd have to look at a map. I probably should know, but I don't. Off the top of my head, a little bit of wood rot right there. Again, brick. Closed in window here, and then of course this is all wood, but it doesn't look rotten. So it does look relatively solid on the outside. So a little bit of cracking right there in there. I'm not sure. Seems solid. Siding actually looks like it's in really good shape. I don't like the color that they chose, but that's kind of inconsequential. And I'm just thinking it needs a new roof. I think that's a must. And when you do the roof, it's gonna have to be redecked. So it probably needs a roof and a decking. So that's probably the biggest expense. The next one that's coming on this one would be, looks like to me, the air conditioning and the water heater. And then if you wanted to update, the house, bathrooms and kitchen, I mean, they are functional as they are. So they're functional, but they're not, oh my. So yeah, this is one of the original single pane windows right here with a storm shutter on the outside. So there's kind of a mixture of windows in here. You got that one over there, which is brand new. Some over here, which look like they're aluminum clad, that they're double pane. So let's check this one out. I'm not sure. So these are single pane windows, glass, and then it's got outside, there's a storm window with another piece of glass, but they're not sealed. So there's definitely a mixture of windows in here. But overall, looks pretty nice. So call me with any questions you may have. I appreciate you letting me come take a look at it for you. And we'll catch you on the next one.